Good morning. It's a Tuesday Chew on the 2nd of July 2019. Welcome again. A good response last week. So what's happening today? We've got some news, loads of good stuff. Tip of the week, the latest How to Succeed podcast. An interesting question today. Free resources, always giving. We're going to talk about a book. And talking pants. Have you had a good week?
I've had a very good week, thank you very much, Roy. Yourself?
Awesome. Yeah, it's
bag's turned up yet?
I've got my bag back.
Very
got my bag back.
Excellent.
Which is good news for you.
Right.
We'll talk about that in a moment. Okay.
After last week, that worries me.
Yes. Any additional delegates for the foundations?
Absolutely.
When's the foundations?
Foundations course is running a 2-day boot camp on the 16th and 17th of July, and we've got several more delegates joined last week, so good news. It's going to be a good class.
Awesome. We've got 2 new people starting the mastery in July. That's great news. A good group there. Tip of the week. What's the tip of the week this week?
So the tip of the week is you need to show interest in your clients' wants and needs. Be a little bit more them-centric than you-centric. So basically, it's all about them and it's not about you.
I think the trick here is to put yourself in their shoes and consider their perspective of as a driving factor in your partnership. But it is all about them, and I think when we know our stuff, we get very excited about our products and services. We can forget that the prospect in front of us is only really excited about solving their problems. So tip of the week: find out their real needs and wants and pains. Good tip, I think. Good tip.
So we've got the How to Succeed podcast.
How to Succeed podcast. Very exciting.
So Sandler is a global organisation. We've got a phenomenal amount of resource, and we are approaching 300 episodes and our 1 millionth download on the Sandler podcast. We've actually got somebody from the Stoke-on-Trent area going to be appearing on the How to Succeed podcast.
Very exciting.
More news to come on that one, so big reveal to come.
And it's not you?
No, it's not me. It's not me. It's actually somebody quite interesting.
And it's not me?
It's not, and it's neither of us.
Wow.
I know. Okay. So somebody actually really quite interesting is going to be on the How to Succeed podcast with Sandler, which is very good. And if anybody out there from either a Cheshire or a Staffordshire business is interested in potentially appearing on a future podcast, let us know. Let us know down below.
Down below. What's your killer subject? Your killer subject, that's what we're looking for. Killer subject to support sales or management. This week's How to Succeed podcast, yeah. How to Succeed at Leading Change. Chris McDonald, Sandler trainer, is really showing us how to succeed in change with the right attitudes, behaviours and techniques to lead a organisation through a change initiative. And he's collected the best practices from around the Sandler network and from around the world. A great podcast, used typically about 20 minutes, highly recommended.
I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I've got a question for you. What's the difference between selling and negotiating?
Gosh.
It's a good question.
It's a good question. So selling is actually having a deal which is at your price and at your terms and conditions, whereas negotiating... Let me ask you a question, Matthew. You've been in negotiations.
I have been in negotiations.
You've started with your price.
Absolutely.
Typically, does the price go up or does the price go down when you start negotiating?
I think you might have made your point.
Good quality negotiation, though, is ending up with a result that you are both satisfied with. Now, Sandler's got an online course, Negotiating Mastery, and the objective of this is to get as close as you can to your terms and conditions and your price, while making the other party and yourself feel that this is a real win-win. So where will that link be?
Let's put it down below.
Down below. So the difference between selling and negotiating.
Do you know what I really like? Free stuff. Have we got some free stuff?
We've got some more free stuff.
We've got some free stuff.
So the latest Sandler Advisor, it's a magazine that we release every season. This time featuring Zig Ziglar's son, Tom Ziegler.
So? Tom, not Zag.
Not,
Sorry.
pages of sales tips, leadership advice, coaching methodologies. Quite a good magazine. If you're interested, if you would like to see a copy of that, we can send that over to you. Just comment down below. I'd like the Sandler Advisor. We'll get that straight out to you.
Okay.
Books. Have you been reading this week?
I have, but I've got a confession to make. I haven't actually finished the book I'm working on at the moment. I'm currently halfway through. I'll share a bit of it next week with you, but basically it's an academic text and it's really interesting. But but I haven't got a book review this week. Sorry.
Good news. I've got my bag back, and in the bag was a book I bought from the US called The Art and Skill of Sales Psychology by Brad McDonald, a long-time Sandler trainer.
Okay.
The Art and Skills of Sales Psychology. What did you study when you was at university?
My main degree was actually in philosophy, but the subsidiary was psychology, funnily enough.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Why buyers and sellers do what they do. And I actually got it signed, so this is probably taking some value off it.
I can be a fanboy now.
Yeah, signed by Brad, the writer, and he says, run to the raw. We're going to find out what that means. Run to the raw, page 155, run to the raw. Let's see what that means. Run to the raw. There we go. Smart business owners run towards the raw. Do you know what the raw is? Art and Skills of Sales Psychology.
I look forward to finding out. Thank you very much. See, that's so much nicer than the gift you gave me last week of this gigantic.
That's
but
a
you
great
keep
mug.
buying me presents.
Yes, I'm a good guy.
You are a good guy. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm a good guy too. I bought you a present.
Oh, awesome.
Because some people need to overcompensate, some people don't. And that's just how it is. Cheers.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Yeah, I'll put this over here.
Talking pants.
Talking pants.
Something diff. Elon Musk. Nice that you're listening and
Hi,
watching.
Elon.
All right, Elon. It's nice to see you. Watching Top Gear this week. And it's actually last week's Top Gear. If you buy the new
Tesla,
what's it called? The 3?
it's the Tesla
thing.
The latest thing, the saloon one.
Interesting. You can actually set it up to have a whoopee cushion on each seat. So as they sit, it farts, and it's all done electronically. It's incredible. Elon Musk, glad you're appreciating
Absolutely.
the talking
Very
pants.
good. So from top gear to bottom gear. Well done.
Here we go.
Great job.
So nice job.
Yes, we should.
And it's goodbye from Matthew.
And it's goodbye from him.
Goodbye.